get paid. The union says it voted to switch to virtual learning today due to a rise in Omicron cases, especially for the vaccinated. Patrice, it's a bad cold.
Oh, Dagan, it's awful. Certainly rising Omicron cases, I understand that. But what the teachers unions in Chicago and across our country are doing is asinine, frankly. I mean, the toll that it's taking on these kids. I love that the New York Times, of all people, of all outlets, is chronicling some of these cases. I mean, suicide attempts among teenage girls are up 51%. A number of mental health emergencies, not to mention the educational losses that are rising, particularly among Black and brown and poor kids. So, these teachers unions, they're looking out for themselves. They want more money. They want more pay. Hey, they want more flexibility. But that is not and should not be at the cost of the educations of our children.
Brandon, that article written by David Leonhardt in the New York Times, it was called No Way to Grow Up. I think the most telling line from this was communities have accepted more harm to children in exchange for less harm to adults, often without acknowledging the dilemma or assessing which decisions lead to less overall harm. And I think that the teachers' unions were really leading the way on this.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty disgusting, to be honest. I'm a parent of young children, and the notion that they would be pulled out of classes for an extended period of time, perhaps, is really disappointing because we do see a lot of health problems associated with children, as Patrice pointed out. We do see educational delays associated with children. And the other aspect here, of course, is the economic impact. Working class parents in particular simply can't afford to watch their kids all day long. They've got to go to work. So what happens to these secondary effects? What happens to the small businesses when their employees who are parents of young children can't show up to work that day? This is a huge economic problem. It's a huge problem surrounding the education of our children. It's just a ridiculous play by the unions. I don't know what the heck they're doing here.
Where do we go now, Patrice, in terms of taking power away from these teachers' unions, more school choice? And how do we begin to get children caught up? As much as I appreciate this New York Times article, I've been talking about this for a year and a half, even longer. Carol Markowitz started writing about the attacks on our kids, the remote learning and then the forced masking. She started writing about that in the spring of 2020.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the way forward is going to be interesting. It's going to be incumbent on our law makers to actually institute some tough love here. I mean, I give some credit to Mayor Lightfoot, who is actually saying, if you don't show up, you are not going to be paid. I think we have in Arizona, Governor Ducey is saying, we're going to give $7,000 to parents and families whose schools have been shut down arbitrarily for them to decide where they want their money to go. And I think that's really innovative because what you'll see is, smaller micro schools popping up in local neighborhoods where parents can send their kids all together and to learn. I think we need some tough love here. And frankly, these teachers unions, they are holding our kids' educations hostage. And parents now realize that.
And I'll just add there was a study done by a Brown University professor that found that babies born during the pandemic have worse cognitive, verbal, and motor skills than children who entered the world before the coronavirus. It is the opposite of the greatest generation, what people have done, and these power-hungry science deniers known as the unions have done to a generation of children in this country. Coming up, border towns being overrun because of the